I first fell in love with Redken when I started using the color about 8 years ago, and I was able to go to the exchange in New York, and I had a phenomenal time and was really shocked at the culture there and how it's so modest and everyone is excited to learn from each other. And that's the kind of culture that I want to be a part of. You know, it's magnetic, and that's why I want to be a Redken artist. This is my client Jenny. She's a working mom and wants to have a little bit of fun with her hair while still maintaining a professional image. So what we talked about doing was doing some mocha highlights with ribbons of violet to add a little bit of fun, but still maintaining a professional look for work. So Jenny is a natural level 5. She has pre-colored hair, but she has some outgrowth. She has about a ½ inch of outgrowth, so we definitely need to touch up her roots. We're gonna give her a little deeper root, a level 4. We're gonna highlight with foil, and then go back through and add the mocha and the violet ribbons afterwards. So we just did the pre-art and followed it with the hair cleansing cream, and now we're gonna do an extreme shot phase to treat her pre-lightened ends. So we're using 1 ounce of the extreme shot phase and then let that sit on for 5 minutes. Right over the top of it, we're gonna put on the shot fix, the 3.5, to lower her pH back down to a normal healthy level, and rinse that out. I'm conditioning Jenny's hair with the Color Extend Magnetics. Now that we got Jenny all washed out and we got her pre-treated, we're gonna detangle her with One United and get her. We went ahead and blow dried it and flat ironed it because of her texture being kind of coarse. We don't want flyaways to get colored where we don't want color. We've got blonde icing with 30 volume, mixed 2:1 ratio. We have Jenny sectioned out of in a horseshoe pattern at the parietal ridge. We're gonna do diagonal back sections and do a medium stitch so that we get enough color but still have it nice and soft in the overall effect. We want to make sure that we're taking a section no bigger than the piece line and that we can breathe through it. I'm starting a little bit off of zone 1 because I'm going to use my blur brush and just blend it right up to soften that line. So now for this top section, we're going to do a pinwheel pattern. And the way that we're going to start the pinwheel pattern is actually by making a diamond shape on the top with foil, and then I'll show you how to continue it. So we're taking it from the parts on the side here, into about the middle of the ear. I know we can't see the ear down here, but we see the top of the ear right here. So can you see? So then we're gonna go make our diamond go to the middle back of the head. And then back over to the other top of the ear, and then back over to meet the first part of the section, and that's how we're gonna start. As we can see, we've got a diamond shape on Jenny's head, and it's coming straight off of her part where the tip is at her part, so it's like a tilted diamond, but we've created a diamond shape. And now we're gonna foil these pieces. Through this front section of Jenny's hair, we're actually going to do 2 foils because we'd like to see some more color through the fringe. We're going to leave out a small section and then go right into that next foil. And when the section is bigger than your piece size, then you make 2 foils. So I'm going to split this right in half. I'm going to take this down, this center section, and we're actually going to go from the very center of each foil to create our new foil. So since this one's split in half, I'm going to take it to the middle of that section. So I'm going to draw a line from this foil over here straight over to the center of that section over there, and that's going to be where you place your next foil. And you're going to continue to do that throughout the section and alternating diamonds. And then once we get to the top, we kind of run out of appropriate places to put it. So you kind of got to use your creativity here. Like I'm going to go from this corner straight to the center of this other foil just to break up this section. And then I'm going to do one from here to here, and we'll be left out with this tiny triangle at the top. And that's what I'm going to end with. So, and this will kind of veil over the top of it to soften it. So we're just going to do these last 2 foils. Okay, now we have our carousel of color. We just want to make sure our client's still breathing down there. Doing okay, Jenny?
Doing fabulous.
Great. So while Jenny's processing, let me just tell you about an experience I had at the exchange. I took cutting with Sam and Chris, meaning Sam Villa and Chris Barron, and I was so starstruck when I met them. And they were the most modest, down-to-earth people I've ever met. It was amazing that these industry giants are talking to me like we're equals. And I'm over here like, your name is on my blow dryer. Like, we're not equals, but I really love just the attitude and the modesty and just how humble they were. It was incredibly inspiring. And that was just another little experience that added to how I feel like Redken is just in my blood. Like, that's just where I need to be. Okay, Jenny has processed to a level 8. which is perfect because that'll be a perfect foundation for our mocha to put over the top of it and our violet. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out our foils, and then I'm gonna do a treatment of cat and let that sit for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna blow dry and I'll meet you back over here. Okay, we've got Jenny back here. We've got her all blow dried out. We've got her flat irons, and as you can see, we've got these great highlights that are going to be a wonderful foundation for the dimensional mocha violet tones that we're going to do today. We're going to do a 4N color gels at her roots with 20 volume to cover the gray. I'm going to feather some down just to create a little bit of depth and dimension, and then I'm going to ribbon some pieces of High Fusion V with 10 volume, and I'm going to ribbon that through along with Cover Plus 8M for our mocha color. I can't get enough of myself. I can't get enough. I don't know about you, but I can't get enough of myself. Got me a ticket, I'm eating it up. My love's a party, I'm filling my cup. Listen up, listen up. I tell you that I can't get enough. I'm on a roll, I keep turning it up. I'm my biggest fan and I can't get enough. Say it again, I can't get enough of my. I can't get enough. All I say is true. I can't get enough of myself. I can't get enough. I don't know about you, but I can't get enough of myself. I can't get enough. All I say is true. I can't get enough of myself. I can't get enough. Okay, now we're going to do 1.5 ounces of 8M Cover Plus with 10 volume, and then we're also going to do 1.5 ounces of High Fusion V with 10 volume. I can't get enough of myself. So we're going to start applying those two, the mocha and the violet colors, starting in the back. And what I want to do is I'm going to section at the top of the ear and kind of just pull that section pull that right out of our way. And without mashing the root color, I just kind of like to give that hair a little bit of a twist and pin it, and it stays pretty secure. And then I'm going to take triangular sections in this area, picking up pieces and alternating between the violet and the mocha. We've got a nice, about an inch size section that I want to do. And then I'm going to go through, and there's going to be areas where I'm going to use both colors on the same hair. But right now, this is the High Fusion Violet, and I'm just gonna paint it right on. All the way zones 2 and 3. And then I'll take my blur brush and kind of blur that level 4 color gels right into that. And wipe it off if there's too much excess. So then the very next triangular section I'm going to take is going to be right next to it, just like that. So right next to it. And I'm going to do the same thing with the same color. So this is still going to be that violet color. All the way zones 2 and 3. Make sure you get good saturation. No holidays around here. And then take your blur brush and blend them right together. Kind of mush that level 4 right on down. And I like to do that with color gels because color gels is so fluid that it blends really nicely with the cream consistencies of the other lines, like shades Cream and Cover Plus. And then this whole bottom section down here, I'm going to do the mocha. So I'm just going to take section by section, and I'm actually going to use the opposite side of my board. So here's the colored side that I've already used with violet, and I'm going to use the opposite side for my mocha. All the way through zones 2 and 3. And I'm blending that color gels right through that section. Now when you're using the same board for different colors, it's important to commit to memory which side of the board that you're using for which color. I've committed to the opposite side, the side that looks backwards when reading Redken, to the mocha, and then I've committed the front side of the board where Redken is spelled the right way to the violet. We're going to section about 1.5 inches, right till we get to that parietal ridge, and we're going to do the same thing within that section also. So now we've got Jenny sectioned at the parietal ridge, and we're actually going to take that section and cut it right in half. So I still have my center part. I'm just going to go to the center of that section and make a horizontal line all the way to the face. And we're just going to break it up for control. And we definitely want smaller triangles on top and towards the face. And then without mashing it again, just kind of pin it up.
I
color's all on, and we'll be back in 20 minutes to rinse her out. The color and know why, and it pretty much was career changing for me. It took me using color because it's a pretty color into here's why I'm using this color, here's what I'm going to do with it, and really understanding the process. And it has absolutely made me a better stylist. I loved the culture at Redken. I loved that I could ask anyone any question I wanted, and I just felt so comfortable. So my questions were welcomed, and I loved that everyone was so open to learn from each other. I remember a specific day at Color and Know Why where I actually made a mistake on my mannequin, and Gabby, an educator at the exchange at the time, walked over and she said, "Let's celebrate your mistake." And I'm like, let's not celebrate this mistake. And she's like, no, this is a good thing. This is why you're here. You're here to learn. Make the mistakes now so that you don't make them again. And that really stuck with me. You know, I went to the exchange 7 years ago, and it's still with me. Like that kind of culture is magnetic, and I just want to be a part of it. You know, I love being in a salon where we're all teaching each other, where we're sharing with each other, and I believe that that's Redken. And from the first time I went to the exchange, and then I went again, and then I got color certified, and every single time it just solidified that Redken is home. Okay, it's time to rinse Jenny. We're gonna wash her with Color Extend Magnetics and follow it with the Chemistry System Color Extend treatment and the 3.5 shot fix. Okay, Jenny's all washed, and now we're ready to style. I'm going to prep her with One United leave-in conditioner. We're going to use Guts at her root, and then through zones 2 and 3, I'm going to use Velvet Gelatine. Alright, we're all blown out, and so with Iron Shape, we're going to spray this in and give her a curled style. I'm going to curl it starting at zone 2 and then kind of unwind it as I work the ends through the iron. I can't get enough of myself. A little bit of vinyl glam to loosen up, add some shine and texture. Really makes the color pop out too. Gives that color some contrast. What do you think, Jenny?
I love it.
I'm Angie Jarrett, and thank you for your consideration for a 2016 Redken Artist.